Yes, people. Welcome to the Unspoken Gems podcast.
Easy.
Biggest podcast on road for your mum, for your dad, for your uncle, for your granddad, for your hamster, for your budgie.
Unspoken Gems podcast.
For everyone. You already know what it is. Anyway, it's myself, Kio. To my left, I've got my co-host.
Yeah, myself, Drizz. What's going on, people?
And today, we've got our guest, Malik. Get me, yeah? Don't say we don't bring you the proper guest today. We've got a good guest today. We're going to be talking about so much topics. And like I said, it's Unspoken Gems. So yeah, Malik, what you saying, bro? How you been, fam?
I'm good. God is great. Can't complain.
How's 2020 been treating you, fam?
It's been a mad one still. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that I'm grateful for. And yeah, like, just them ones where it's like, yeah, it's been a madness, but at the same time, like, it's been a good one at the same time.
Okay. So you can see we've started the podcast with a little bang, but we're going to get our guests a little bit licked, yeah? So we've got the Bag UK drink here today.
No, big up the bag.
Big up the bag once again. And as what we always do, we always give our guests the one that's got the rum in it, just to like tiggle them a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But you need discipline when you drink that, yeah? So be careful with that, fam. You definitely need discipline with that.
Trust me. Hold
so
it
yeah,
down,
so
bruv.
I've got the Blue Fusion. Drizz, what's you?
Yeah, obviously I've got the yellow one again, the Pine Star Martini, you get me?
And Malik, we've gave you...
I've got the Cool Rum Punch still.
Okay, big up the bag once again. So
Yeah, no, big up the bag, man. Sponsoring us, you get me?
Yeah, let me taste this thing still.
Yeah, sample that, innit?
Mud.
See, hey, the bag,
It's sweet, you know.
Sweet, it's nice, isn't it?
It's nice. It gives me carnival vibes. So.
Hey, who knows about the carnival vibes?
The rum punch ones, you get me?
I'm so pissed it didn't happen this year, you know.
Yeah, look, you ready put the first topic out there now, fam. You know what I'm saying? So carnival. So, yeah, what do you think about carnival, bro? And like, how do you feel it wasn't on this year? I saw because I've seen some of your social media and the points. So what's your top score? Agility.
Well, like, you know what? Before carnival happened, I was in good shape. And like been going gym, everything, like, cause my biggest struggle with carnival is that it goes on. It outdoes me because it just goes on for so long. And this time I was gonna come in shape. Like last carnival, I had a nosebleed.
I was there, fam.
Yeah, someone's that decoration thing. I was whining on a girl. She's moved back, slapped my nose.
It literally
irritated me. So I just rubbed my nose, just started bleeding, took off my top.
And just
Man
kept it
didn't go
moving.
home with a top. Come on. Went out
Wild
with a top.
like that, yeah?
Oh, I had to
Mad still.
bloody top and everything, but we still.
So what? Like, if your nose was bleeding, yeah. When you went to approach another girl to whine, did they say like, "Why is your nose bleeding"?
Nah. So what I did,
I think
you know what it is? It was one of them ones where I was just trying to sniff it all up, like don't let it come out. It was gushing, so I had to take off my top, keep it up there, and hold the wine.
Okay,
you know
so you didn't get to. You couldn't take your top.
So it's not dropping on anybody. It's all like, and then there was a point I started getting like very dizzy, so I actually went to the side
and
chilled in the shade because it was really hot that day.
Yeah. It was hot.
It was very good.
So that's mad. Licked and a nosebleed, and you felt dizzy. That's just like. That is mad.
But
sounds like a wild man, you get me?
That's what I'm saying. Carnival, and the maddest thing is it finishes early.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly.
So like,
7, innit?
I was like beaten and bruised by the end of it, and it was I got home like 8 p.m. and I've got no energy. So I was like, imagine if I went to an after party, I'd be done out.
But I think as well, like you said, carnival finishes early, but I think that's kind of a good thing.
Oh, 100%.
If it finished like 10 o'clock.
I was drunk from like 11 a.m.
Yeah, see?
I was drunk from 11 a.m.
See,
so.
and I think the pre-drinks for carnival, on the way to carnival, you're drunk.
Crazy.
That's mad. So when you actually,
easy.
when you reach climax, you're done. You're done. So like,
100%.
but it's a shame carnival. I know some people done the virtual thing, but boy, it's not the same.
It's never gonna be the same.
Like winding up in your crib and that, like to your TV. That's mad.
This year's about trying to maintain your mental health, man.
Exactly.
No, of course,
it's been too serious for it to be like I don't want that to ever be a future for us. We're just doing that. Like I'm not trying to look for that type of alternative. Like I don't care. Carnival has to happen next year.
No, it has to. I think just for the culture as well, because it's been going on for so many years, and just talking about memories that we had in carnival, it's a shame we couldn't relive that memory this year. But like you said, the main thing was really like looking after our mental health, because as much as people have their reservations about COVID, a lot of people have been affected.
Yeah, it's
100%.
definitely
And
been
if
a hard time.
it's not physically, it's definitely mentally.
100%.
100%. And look, I saw there's a lot of development of people getting Alzheimer's, dementia, especially people in care homes,
man.
because they're not interacting and having that social kind of interaction with people, is affecting their mental cognitive output that way. Which is a shame. But
It's
like
mad,
I
they can't
said,
even go see their family.
it's mad. But like I said, it's something we're all going through. No, usually you talk to like your grandparents, it'll be like they'll tell you something they've gone through. And you're like, how was it them times? It's mad because no matter if it's your grandparents, no matter if it's your baby, no matter if it's your dog, no matter if it's your cat, everyone's going through this. Together.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So
I-
no, don't say dogs and cats. Listen, dogs and cats can get COVID, you know. No,
Man threw that in there, like.
listen, dogs and cats can get COVID.
I'm not really.
But you know, that's a bit mad though.
Like my concern ain't really the whole COVID itself. I'm more like, this is probably like a historical moment, and the only difference now is that we're old enough to experience it from an adult.
We've gone through it now as well, isn't it?
Like when you do think about, like, for example, recession, 9/11, it was probably different for our parents to us. Like, we probably don't have vivid memories of it in the sense of it didn't really affect our day to day.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? Whereas now, as an adult,
It's affecting our day-to-day.
like, it's not like a child has to go to work.
It's true. It's true.
All they're doing is learning. In fact, now
It's
they're
affecting
probably saying they're
education.
having more fun now because they've got devices that they play with all the time and stuff like that. So I do think it's a thing where it's like, this is the first event that we've experienced as adults.
As a whole,
As a whole. So all of us are feeling it in similar ways. And I think that's what's happening now. So it's just an historical moment. I think everything shall pass. Every bad moment should be. So it is what it is. I think this is more of a test on the spiritual side, more than anything. So, and we'll ride through the way.
We just got to hold it down, you know what I'm saying?
And like I've been saying for the longest, calamity breeds opportunity. Do you know what I mean? So it's just how you deal with the situation and what comes from it. And I know a lot of people during this current climate, they've managed to make businesses. They've managed to prevail in certain aspects they couldn't prevail in. For example, main thing is dieting, training. Even though the gyms are closed, a lot of people have had time to fix their meal plans.
100%.
To focus on their goals. And we're coming to the new year where most gyms are then becoming packed and the capacity hits the roof because everyone's like, I'll wait till the new year, then I'll lose my weight. But there's no gyms now. So this is where you're going to see the real people
get it in.
And have stuck to their goals and be like, no, what, 6 months ago was in lockdown. I've kept this for 6 months now. And I want to take to the next step when the gym's open. Not just to go to gym to lose what I've gained. Do you know what I mean? So that's a good thing.
It's made a lot of people self-aware now, isn't it?
It has.
And it breeds a lot of accountability now.
It has.
Like, it is what it is. It's been a while now. And it's one of them ones now where everyone should know now as an adult to make adjustments. It might not be massive, but we've made adjustments and we've survived in it. So I think the outcomes are going to be positive. You know what I mean? I think, like, people have got closer to friends and family because they've realised they need to communicate more. It's hard to be on your own because you feel it now because it's not even like there's an option. Usually when you want to be by yourself and stuff like that, there's options. You can sometimes be outside, sometimes be... Now it's like we're getting to a point where we're going to have curfews and stuff like that. So
it speaks about tier 5 and that, which to me...
It's got even higher now.
I think these tier things are just another way of saying lockdown, but not to scare people. Because when you hear lockdown, everyone's like, again. Whether you hear tiers, like, something new. But it's nothing new. It's the same thing. It's just another way of putting it. Do you know what I mean? And saying that in terms of Christmas, like, what did you man do? Did you link up with the family and break rules? What did you man do? Or did you keep on the support bubble thing?
Man plead the fifth, innit? That's all criminating and them things there.
That's all mad. No, obviously, my people.
It's mad. That's the best way to answer the question.
Still, that's how I unintentionally snitch on myself.
No, but you can do the support bubble route.
Just catching me in 4K. Like,
okay, man, just do what you
said
want,
this
bro.
on Unspoken Jen's podcast that she was at home, but on this podcast she said
no. But you know, it's on social media, like. I'm sure most people broke the rules. Like, I'm not, I said, no comment. I'm not saying I done it. Malik's not saying he done it. Drizz is not saying he done it. But I did see it on social media, but each to their own. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, where I see it is no day is promised for nobody.
Yeah, obviously they set the rule, but like, if you didn't see your family over Christmas, you're dumb, man. Like, obviously, see your family, innit? You get me?
You know what it is? It's a bit of both because as much as we can say, oh yeah, we're cool. Like I empathize with the idea that like
you're putting other people at risk.
There's a lot of people that actually
of course,
Even like with my mum, like I have to like kind of put her at peace, like just like yo, like, take time, not watch too much TV and not watch too much of the news because like it's getting to the point where we're being cautious because obviously we don't want to catch it. But it's now falling into this kind of fear thing, and it's not something. Obviously, it is killing people, but it's not like 100% fatality. You know what I mean? So we kind of just need to kind of just lean on God or lean on whatever you want to believe in, as opposed to kind of it being a thing where it's like, man, I just living our life in fear. Like I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? I think like we're supposed to live free. You know what I mean? And this is why I said it's challenging on the spiritual, the natural, technicals of it. I don't mind staying at home. I work for myself, so I always work in my comfort, so I don't mind that. But obviously, for people that are actually always going outside and it's part of their routine, I feel for them.
No, it's a big,
so
it's a
big lot of, you know what I mean, fear that comes out of it.
It's true, and a lot of people I spoke to who do the 9 to 5 and stuff like that, they're used to being in the office and whatnot. And as much as you'd be like, oh, I'm working from home, it's lovely. It's not the same. To sit in front of in your house in front of a desk
Trust me.
Like
for 9 hours every day without no social
without no social go insane, bro.
It will, and I think like you said, you have to look at that kind of mind frame of it, because as much you can be like it's fun, it gets to a point where it's no longer fun. Do you know what I mean? It becomes tedious, it becomes repetitive. You're like, what, I'm sitting, and you can't move from like, you're in your own house. The most you could do is just go to the toilet and make food and sit back at the desk in your own house.
That's it. Like,
do you know how much of a mind fuck that can be?
It's like a.
Do you know what I mean?
Prison type of.
Whereas if you're at work, you know, when I've got a break, if I'm in the office, I can pop down to the shops and go and do a little bit of shopping on my break. You can't even do that if you're working from home, because if you're not at call when they ask you to do something kind of lappy, you can't do it. You can get in trouble. So this is the thing. Like I said, on a spiritual aspect, so we have to look at it like that, because my grandparents, for example, during the COVID, she's like shook. She's like shook, and because she's at home watching the TV, it's only making it worse.
All that media, like,
she becomes anxious, stuff like that. So when it comes to me, it was her birthday the other day, and I had to go and give her a present from outside the door. She didn't want me to come in outside the door. I couldn't even go outside the door, and I understand where she's coming from, because you have to remember she is part of the high risk category, her age, health, and that, and we're not part of that. So we're not going to have the same kind of effect when we see the fair things coming our way. Whereas if we did have health-related issues, it'd be a completely different ballgame.
You know what's so nuts about what you're saying is that you see, like, this whole thing is also showing me how plugged in groups of people are. So, like, with your grandparents, from what you're saying, not that I know, but it's like, what you tend to find is that they actually watch the news every single day without, like, they watch TV. Now our generation and younger, how much TV do we watch?
We don't.
Not really, a lot like that.
So it's like the way we're consuming it is through social media, and we already know that everything we see through social media you take with a pinch of salt. Like, it could be bullshit to it.
Cool.
So it's almost like a lot of their like older generation, like, it's a mad thing how like they are affected by it differently. Like their level of paranoia is like, whoa. Do you get what I mean? Like, some of them ain't leaving their houses, which I understand, but I think not seeing natural sunlight or not being outside is actually like dangerous.
Trust me.
Like, mad dangerous. Like, to the point where there needs to be a level of like, okay, cool. Like, exercise is needed. Like, going outside is needed, regardless if you you still need to at least see the sun or what.
Yeah, away from home.
You know what I mean?
That is true. It's true. It's
just
true.
Exercising, so it's such a sad thing we're in, and I empathize with the generations, because they're definitely, the way adults see it and the way we see it, like older people see it and we see it, is so different.
No, you're right.
Cool.
You're right. You're right.
Because they, like, I don't know, it's like anything they put out there, like news-wise, it's like the older generation, they believe it, innit? In a way, like.
But like I said, it's true, because they're consuming it so much. Imagine you sat in front, since we're sitting here now, and they put a screen in front of you and they let you watch that screen every day for 24 hours. Like, you're going to consume it, and it's just going to do you
After a
in
while,
because
yeah.
you've consumed it so
It'll
much.
get
And
into
like
your
you
head,
said,
like-
Malik, we can look at other avenues to get our content. So it's not what they want us to see 24/7. Whereas older people, they're viewing what the consumer, what people are putting out want you to see. So BBC, all these kind of news outlets, they're putting it out for you to see that, to change your perception.
Yeah.
Whereas we have different opinions because we don't watch it 24/7. Now, how much of the man them look at different outlets for the content?
100%. Like it's ingrained in how we maneuver. Like I always say to people, if you were lost going somewhere, would you just ask one person on the journey? You'll ask more
People,
obviously
yeah.
more,
And if you
yeah.
take the
that
first
validation,
person,
if
yeah.
you take the first person, it could be dangerous. You could get lost.
Trust.
So yeah, we already have some sense of critical thinking instilled with us. Whereas for other people, it's almost like they look at the news as 100% fact. Because I'm sure most of us have been at scenarios where you've been at the scenario, the way the news has reported it is completely different. to how you saw it when you were there, and you start to realize that the news is a perspective, regardless of whatever facts they're showing. It's still a perspective. Even they could show you the truth, and the truth in your eyes is different to how the news report it. You see what I mean?
100%,
So,
man.
It's all perceptions.
it's definitely perception, and that's what a lot of this has shown me, that I could be pissed about X, Y, and Z, because there's obviously things in my personal life I wanted to do and my business, but I'm not doing it. But I have to still be grateful because maybe anything could have happened, or you know what I mean. So I feel like I've been having more trust in the universe and everything running course properly. So, yeah.
Talking about that, Malik, as you just mentioned, your business, obviously we would like you to touch on that today and just let people know a little bit about businesses and making the transition in general. Because for people who don't know, you're usually the man behind the camera, are you not?
Yeah.
So now, how do you feel being the man in front of the camera today?
Well, it's hard. But this drink is helping me.
The drink's helping.
Does it feel weird to you? Like?
The bag UK.
Does
The
it
drink
feel,
is helping.
does it feel different being the man in front of the camera than behind?
You know what? So just to give everyone a little insight on me.
Talk a bit about the camera, then we touch on the business after.
I used to work. Well, no, I picked up a camera for the first time probably, I think like almost 10 years ago. And me and my cousin had a tattoo shop in Stratford. And a lot of customers came in and didn't believe that he could tattoo. So when they came in and they didn't believe he can tattoo, I was like, oh, how can we convince them?
So, just sorry to cut you, but why did they think he couldn't tattoo?
Obviously, young black boy, innit? Like, it wasn't... And you know what? At the same time, I could understand why. I wouldn't even think it's more discrimination thing. I just think, like, someone that young that makes that level of commitment, and then obviously a tattoo's a lifetime thing. Like, you can't just put it in the hands of anybody and anyone. But I knew my cousin was like talented. So what then happened is me and him, we put money together, bought a camera from CEX, like a used one, used Canon old camera. And then I learned how to film it. Because taking photos wasn't enough. You'll take photos, but then they'll say, how do we know it's you?
People want to see the actual visual.
I started recording it
videography
and putting it on YouTube, putting it on, I think, Instagram. Yeah, but this was like early days of Instagram. But what we had is, we had like some Android version tablet, very cheap. And we put all the videos on a memory card. And then
put it onto the tablet,
so people can watch and say, "Oh can we see some of your?" Oh yes, yeah. So from there, I knew that like visuals is the way people are going to be marketing stuff to people and that. So I learned from experiences, doing music videos, low hanging fruit jobs, and just trying to push out stuff. But my real interest was business. So I didn't really like the music industry like that. In the sense
what did you find? What was the complications in the music industry?
That is just like, it's. I personally didn't think it was sustainable for me financially.
Okay.
I could have made the money that I want to see from it, but I don't think. Yeah, like the life I want to live, I think ultimately I'll need a business. I couldn't work that hard for my as a job to make the same type of money. So I was literally learning the skills, knowing that I'm gonna eventually sell something in the future.
So it kind of works hand in hand. You was learning a skill
Yeah.
to enhance your next skill. Or your next acumen you want to go, business acumen you want to go into.
It's like I gained that skill, so it made me a better seller.
To promote your business,
So it's a very unconventional thing, because usually those are the things that people would hire for and so on. So, but my thing was, with hiring someone and that, you have to be good at communication skills in a way in which that you need to tell people how you want something to look and so on. So if I learned it, then I could create the video content I want.
Yep.
And that's ultimately the control side of it that I could get from it. So,
So touching on that as well, bro, Malik. So the videographer thing, so you made that transition. You started off with your cousin when you was doing the tattoos. What's your cousin's tattoo shop name?
Raf Tats.
Raf Tats, yeah. People check that out. Don't forget to check that as well.
Best tattoo artist in the country.
Don't forget to check that out, people. But yeah,
Raf Tats.
Touch on your business a little bit, bro. As if the people don't know, you are one of the co-founders of.
Yeah, so I'm a co-founder of the #1 men's grooming company in the UK, Goodman Factory. We currently sell beard oils, face oils, and we are like increasing our product range. We launched in 2019.
So it's only been a year now, yeah?
Yeah, it's only been a year. We've built a great community. We also run a podcast, and we have a media side where we create documentaries around mental health, men's development, men's health. Also, just everything men. Our mission statement is to improve the good man, making everyone a good man, and making better men for society. So we do that via content, the products we sell, and we also educate men on our platform. So yeah.
So before you actually come up with Goodman,
powerful.
No, it's sick. It's sick. No, the message that you're putting across for the men out there is next to none, because I think a lot of men need these kind of resources to kind of like look up to and be inspired by, because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the young youths today, there's not that much that we're inspired by.
100%.
And something like that is helping them grow from a boy to a man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially if you're talking about good men and kind of helping men develop and getting the best out of men, this is a good thing to look at. But saying that as well, bro, obviously before you come up with Goodman, there must have been a few trial and errors you business-wise had to go through before you found what you was looking for. Was anything you done before that?
There's a lot. I've had probably more. I've definitely had more companies fail than I've had being successful. I think Goodman Factory is the most successful business I've had today, and the most fulfilling one. But that's because a lot of the other businesses were just to make money. This one was more, not just to obviously be a business, but to help be a good man in a man's life. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us, not saying that we don't have role models, but men don't talk.
Exactly.
So I'm creating a space where men can talk, not about politics or anything, but literally talking about the inside of you. How do you feel? How's your mental health? You know what I mean? How many times have you asked your bedroom, how's your mental health? You know what I mean? We always ask about stuff like, what do you call it? Like, we always like to ask stuff about, like, how we doing physically? Are you working out? How many times have you asked them about their spirituality?
Do you know, that's something that's so true. Like, even down to when them speak to each other, just on group chats and that, we'd be quick to speak about an artist, quick to speak about the new thing that's in the current affairs, but you will never WhatsApp your friend randomly just to see how their mental health is doing. 100%. And at this time, I'm sure that would be more rewarding to ask your boy that than speak about Drake's new single. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't think that. And that just boils down to men don't talk. And we will hide behind things like talking about Drake's single.
Bottling up.
But there's really things happening behind that, which we won't be the first one to speak about. And with women, they will attack that straight away.
I think that's why, like, with men, I'm sure we have the highest suicide rates. I don't know the numbers, so don't quote me on it, but like, I've known even this year 2 people that I've actually come across, like, I don't know them personally, have committed suicide. So I know, my long-term goal is always to create a safe space for men, but, like, not in a way in which that like I'm not out here trying to be like, oh, everybody's got a problem. But I know that everyone can talk, you know what I mean? Like, one thing I've realized is, like, internalizing a lot of what we think about is not good for our mental health, you know what I mean? We don't give other people the best version of ourselves if we're internalizing everything. So I'm not saying that we should talk to everybody about how we feel, but I think it's very important that we talk to somebody, you know what I mean? Even if it's like your uncle, your close mates, it doesn't even need to be someone related to you.
Just someone.
You know what I mean? Just have that conversation because it's not, I always say it's not as bad as you think it is. I had that literally the other day where I thought about something and I came up with like 100 outcomes that never existed. You know what I mean? And that's partly because of my anxiety. So I need to, you know what I mean, understand that sometimes either get what it is or understand that, like, try and be present. Because then things haven't happened and you're trying to stress over something that hasn't happened, and you know what I mean, and it's not good for your mental health.
But that also boils down to people as well, just not letting things take its course, run its course. No, sometimes you think of the negatives of a situation before the negatives have even arise. And what it does, like you said, it affects your mental health.
100%,
And then that's it breeds, then it starts being an anxiety because you start thinking, oh, this might go wrong, that might go wrong, and you haven't reached that yet. So then you're already breeding, you're already creating negativity before it's even become
putting that energy
energy before it, exactly.
Like,
and I think, man, we do that a lot.
100%.
No, 100%.
Man, we do that a lot. Do you know what I mean? And even down to if you just see your friend doing well, you start thinking, I'm not doing well, and then you compare. Not on purpose, but self-consciously you do it. Like, oh, my friend's doing it. And that's bad way to kind of think. And I don't think we do it on purpose, but I think because we've always been told that we're the breadwinners, we're the high people in the hierarchy, we're the breadwinners and whatnot, we always put ourselves in a position that we think we need to be up there. But it's always, where I see it is, don't chase what other people, the lane other people made for themselves.
100%.
Because that lane might not be for you.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And we don't do it purposely. I think we just all do it, but we're human. Everyone has that jealousy trait. Everyone has that kind of trait innate in them. But just try not to bring it out sometimes. You know what I mean? Just try and keep it in sometimes. But this is life. But yeah, going back on Goodman Factory as well, Malik, what kind of hurdles did you come across that you find hard when you produce it? Because obviously it's only been a year now. So there's only bigger and better to come. But I'm sure within that year you must have had some hurdles that found it difficult.
Lots of hurdles, and we're gonna have a lot more. I don't think there's a month that there's not a challenge that we have to overcome. And that's why I partly enjoy it, because it gives me drive, it gives me purpose. My mission statement with the business, I mean, helps a lot. I could say probably one of them was selling products and not having to do a shoot. We had to be creative. We had to create sets. We had to source talent. We had to go outside to do photo shoots. It was hard, you know what I mean? It wasn't an easy journey, but it was like you had to overcome them things. If we didn't make those efforts, I don't think Goodman Factory would be where it is now. And yeah, it's just literally, there's a lot of things we had to do. We had to just source in products. When the whole thing was happening, with like the first lockdown, shops were closed, we can't deliver products. It was just, you know what I mean, we had to take pre-orders, our bottles were delayed, all of these things, you know what I mean, people were panic selling, panic buying. We saw like big ups and downs, so people buy 1 month, not buy the next month. It was just very volatile for the business. We had to not pay ourselves. So essentially, like, we had to keep working for a while before we even decided to pay ourselves, because we had to keep a lot of money in the company to keep going. So I think we had a lot of challenges. It's more, we just kept on going on and on and on and on. We didn't. And we had to reinvest at one point, you know what I mean?
So do you think, okay, how would I say this? Do you think that Goodman Factory bid or helped your bid?
100%.
Like, for the viewers,
did the products work?
People will be watching and thinking,
man need a little.
My man's talking. He's got a bid and that. Did it help your bid? They want to know
what? I don't want to like just be out here and say I want. Like, I always say, people go to our Trustpilot. We have over 150 views. People leaving comments. We don't pay them to make reviews and stuff like that. Obviously, from the Goodman community, you can know that there's something about this product that everyone's supporting it. But I don't want to force it, you know what I mean? There's many other beard products out there. We just believe our products are the best, and like the people have
Obviously,
said
you got
it.
to earn it, like, it's your
You know what I
product,
mean?
I'm saying?
But like, yeah, and also it's not just about the products, it's about the education side. You know what I mean? I feel like regardless of whatever thing you put on the external, if you don't feel good inside, it's hard to be a good man. You know what I mean? I'd rather your mental health be perfect than to buy my product. You know what I mean? Because you can't use anything.
If your mental health's not
Yeah,
good,
if your mental
especially when it
health
comes
is
to hair
not
growth.
good,
If you've got, if like they say, a lot of people they go bald, you lose hair
Yeah,
with the stress.
100%. I went through that.
So-
I went
so
bald. You
it's-
know what I mean? There's no hair.
So like,
My mental wasn't right.
Yeah, that's
you know
like,
what I mean? I used to be involved in stuff that didn't make no sense. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's just those things.
And it's
So,
true,
yeah.
like you said, you lose hair loss. Stress breeds so much different
100%,
stuff.
100%.
And that's why, like you said, you hit it on the nail there. Like, there's no point consuming a hair product, just in general, not even a bit. But you wouldn't consume a hair product if your mental health is not right.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's not going to work to the full potential. And then you're going to start writing silly reviews and start saying this product is crap.
It's about.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
It's just
that's
self-love,
what people do.
self-care.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I feel like
True.
anyone that invests in my product loves themselves.
Yes.
Like it's a premium. It's not a
Vanity.
necessity.
Yeah.
You can bloody put anything on your face. I wouldn't. But if you do, like you put my product, I know you really like yourself. You know what I mean? So I want people to feel good. I want them to be good. You know what I mean? And that's the name. That's the whole thing. Goodman Factory. You know what I mean?
But it's mad. It's true. Because when people do take care of themselves and want to look good and dress good, they'll say you're vain. But then vanity is also confidence. Confidence can then also be good mental health. If you're confident, you're happy with yourself, you love yourself. Not always mean your mental health is good, but people that can be like, look at me, I'm cool. They're usually quite a happy person. The mental health is good.
I think with the vanity thing, it's more about if you're trying to be like in my face.
Yeah.
I think just taking self-love, self-care, that's bad. And,
Cream your skin.
you know what I mean? Like people don't cream their
skin
skins or people won't wash their mouth. Or,
Dry face,
you
man,
think I'm doing
That is
something?
true. Like, you're right though, man.
Like, I think there was someone that gave me something and their nails, they didn't cut their nails.
It's true.
Cut your nails, cuz.
And your
nasty.
feet, not just your hand nails, your feet nails as well.
everything,
Yeah.
like, take care of
Pedicures,
yourself.
manicures. Man, them
gotta
don't
be
be
presentable
afraid.
out here, like,
Man, them
you know
don't be
what I'm
afraid. We could do
Like,
pedicure, manicure,
Taking care of
man.
yourself has nothing to do with masculinity or femininity.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
It's just loving yourself.
Exactly.
It's like going
saying,
gym.
bro.
Like gym ain't nice, but I know I'm putting my blood and my muscles, my organs, everything is working. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I'm taking care of myself.
No, but you can go. Some man will go gym, yeah. You can go gym and work on your muscle, like you say, if your nose
Yeah.
are not cut. So you have to look at that external. That's not
Yeah.
an internal sometimes.
100%.
Like, do you know what I mean? But you can go gym and be like, yeah, I'm winning, I'm a hench. But your nails are dirty.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's terrible. Like I said, that's
Like,
not
I'd rather
self-love.
my nose be good than for me to have a mad body. Are you crazy?
Yeah, it's a bit mad.
Nah, it's
still,
true,
I'm
it's
not
true,
gonna
it's true,
lie.
it's true.
How
You
can you
gotta
have
be,
dirty
like,
nails?
that's what I'm saying. You gotta be presentable out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
You got so like just wash your mouth.
People
bro.
come in different.
Talk to me with
Wash
bad
your
breath.
mouth.
That's true.
Trust me.
Like just talking to me with bad breath and that. Like that don't make no sense.
It's like, you know them jokes you say in school, like your breath stinks. You shouldn't be having to say that to people as an adult.
And that's what, and that's one thing I'm happy I learned from my mum. Like,
Yeah.
my mum was on point with them things
Exactly.
there.
Exactly.
Like washing your tongue, not just
Yeah,
washing your
yeah,
teeth.
just your
like,
teeth, like, yeah.
that's where all the smell
Wash
is.
your
guys.
gum as
Yeah,
well. Wash your
like,
gum. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
cut your nose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
boom.
is true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. It's true.
I
Fam.
just take care, yeah. Cream, you know what I mean? Cream your body, not just cream your top half, the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Just do top half
Yeah.
of that.
Trying to save cream, you know.
Get your
Man, them
elbows
are
in your
trying
knees.
to save cream, you know.
People
like-
do that though. They say with cream.
Like, you know that was there.
So I'm gonna
I'm not
cream.
showing my legs. All right, cool. It's all mad. It's all
They're
mad.
dry at that.
Trust me.
man. Allow it.
So,
No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
man.
The areas that don't show, they won't
self-care
cream.
is everything, bro. That's what I'm saying.
But I think that's even mad. If you don't cream the areas that are not showing, you're not ready for anything. Because you have to be ready for anything.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you have to take off. You have to take a bit of your clothes off, and your skin take it off because you didn't cream your elbow or something like that. It's mad. Or your knees.
Like,
This is crazy.
that's
So
what I said, man. Just do the top half.
Top
like,
half.
yeah, 50%. Like, you've basically doubled the amount of cream you got, bro.
Ah, that's mad.
Like, you're not even getting it every 4 weeks. You're getting it every 8 weeks and shit. Cause, like, last time you changed cream, it's like March. You know what I'm saying? No,
That's
it's not.
mad.
Yeah,
That's
no,
mad.
bro.
That's mad. That's
No,
you have
no.
to scoop it with one finger and that. Just like this. Scoop it to get all the cream out. And that one bit of finger, that bit you scoop out to cream your whole body.
Yeah.
There's reserve it.
It's mad.
It's a thin layer of cream in that, bro. It's all mad, cuz.
But yeah, I like the message that you put across for the beard or the self-love, because I think people sometimes...
Definitely a good look, man.
No, it's definitely good. People sometimes get confused when it comes to self-love. And like I said, I always touch on social media because I just think the world was better without social media. But it's got its perks.
Yeah,
but it's got its perks.
But
let me just say this.
I would argue against that.
Let me land, because people can sometimes get confused with self-love because we've got things like Photoshop and that. People can create self-love.
Yeah, fakery.
They can create a fakery self-love. So you tell me, post a picture.
They could forge you. I don't think they create.
They don't create, but no.
You know what I mean?
Fraud, lad. Yeah.
So if you're that bad, Photoshop can't help
you know what it is?
They're saying it's that bad, Photoshop can't help, man.
Photoshop won't convince everybody.
Yeah, it's true.
And ultimately, it won't convince yourself. That's why you did it.
Yes, you did it.
And the whole point is for it to look as natural as possible.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, like, you're already like, it's long because you don't even believe it. You just did it so no one could corn you or not say anything to you. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's mad, but like I said, my thing is, it's not about just giving you a product. It's about you being good inside. If you're good inside, then you get me. Goodman Factory is the company you want to invest in. Now we invest in our products and take that journey with us, growing your beard. We've got face oils, taking care of your skin. Like, if we're the company, then we thank God, blah, blah, blah. Just if your mental health is correct, then I'm good. That's why there's two sides to it, you know what I mean? We've got the production side where we're trying to have that openness about men's mental health, and we have obviously the side where we sell products and so on. So yeah, like, we're trying to push that conversation. We want to push healing. We want people to be self-aware, because that's the first step, I believe, to healing from whatever you've gone through in the past. So it's just in stages, and then you go into, you know, getting our products, taking care of your beard, taking care of your skin, all of that. Then we're happy, you know what I mean? So,
in terms of the products, if we was to buy a beard, or what does it come with? Is it just oils by itself?
Where can we find your product?
You can get at goodmanfactory.com. We sell exclusively on our store. We don't actually, obviously, one of our decisions was to never actually go into the store. COVID has proven that was a very good decision.
Selling it yourself.
So we've just been selling it ourselves online. So goodmanfactory.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We have a load of content there that educate men about self-care and stuff like that. So all the information's on them platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube as well. And so with our products, like, it's just been amazing. Like, people have been using it. People like giving their reviews. Men have grown bigger beards, grown healthier beards.
Let me sorry to interrupt you, bro. Yeah. This is what I want to know, because a lot of people will probably come to you, especially having a beard yourself, and will come to you and be like, "Oh, okay, if I buy your product, will my beard get big? Would it do this? Would it do that? Would it do this?" And it must get a point where you must be fed up of hearing that 24/7, because people don't understand one product is not going to.
We don't promote that.
Exactly. That's what I like, because some people promote, like, you know, them old hair creams. Let's go down to S-Curl. Remember people use S-Curl their hair?
Yeah.
Like, and they'd be like, if I do S-Curl, would I have curly hair like Jack?
See that? And
you know what I mean? Like,
and that's a good. That's one thing we picked up. Our business ain't about selling dreams. Maybe we could have made more money if we pushed a different narrative. But we're not doing it just because of money. You know what I mean?
It's more organic.
We're playing the long game. We want to build a brand. We want to grow the community. You know what I mean? Because, like, we could do that, collect your money, but, like, you collect your money at what cost?
At what cost? Yeah, it's not doing what.
I take it. You don't, but I've already got your money. But we have some customers order 10 bottles from us. There's some customers that have been subscribed to our subscription
from the beginning.
From the beginning. You see what I mean? That's what we want. We don't want customers that will just come and go. Like, you're welcome, but ultimately we want majority of our customers to be returning customers.
Yeah, coming back.
And look at other content that's accessible for you via the Goodman brand.
I mean? So you built a good relationship, because we always say it's a community. You know what I mean? We don't see them as just customers and so data. We see them as community, people that they could DM us, we communicate, we create content, the conversations there, we have debates in our comments, all of those things.
I was watching the live DJ set you done.
Do you see what I mean? We had over 100 people in
that
there live.
That was good.
You know what I mean? And that was because, you know what I mean, we had to play to the times we were marketing to the people we're in at that moment. Everyone's at home. Everyone had their
DJ
drinks
sets
and and that's one of the many things that we're doing, like doing a podcast, you know what I mean?
So do you reckon you probably do like obviously when things get better next year, like a little pop-up, just, obviously I know you don't want to open up an actual shop, but would you do something that...
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like a little pop-up
You know
thing,
what it was at the beginning? It would have cost us too much money to do the shop route. Because you have to have a certain amount of stock, you got to sell it to them, so there has to be the pitch side. It was just hard. So it actually worked out better for us to just do our own. The only hard bit was we had to invest in the advertising and all of that other stuff. So that it was actually harder in that sense. But yeah, I think now that when we come out of lockdown, what's going to happen is we're definitely going to do interactive stuff, so people can meet the people of the podcast, meet the owners, also get to test our products and so on and so. Because obviously a lot of people right now, the biggest referral is people word of mouth. So people word of mouth actually telling them so and so. And yeah, that's where we're getting most of our business now. We kind of like want to reach more people. In the long run. So we're definitely going to be doing pop-ups. We're definitely going to do tutorial. We're going to collab with barbers. We're going to do so many things.
That's what I'm going to say. I was going to mention the barber thing. Yeah, I think there's so many routes you guys can collab with, which makes it more organic and more just natural, because there's so many avenues. With hair's like food. Yeah. It's always going to be assessed by everybody. Yeah. And it's always going to be needed. Do you know what I mean? And it's a great business to go into. Do you know what I mean? Especially with guys, because we're all going to go bald one day. Do you know what I mean? So I think... mind them as well. When you go bald, you didn't have to work on your beard.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So then 100%. I think it's allowing, like, a lot of my boys have gone bald and you work on your beard because that's the look now. That's the look is out.
So what, before your company, did you have a beard before your company?
Before was, like, you know,
people don't know you. I've known Malik for time.
I've been Malik beard for time, so...
I've known Malik for a long time. It wasn't like, don't lie, it wasn't like that. That's what I'm saying.
But I've always been able to grow a beard from early, and then I kind of just... Once my hair went, it was like, there's no point. So I just used to let it get, and it got thicker and thicker, and obviously... What I actually had to do was get my products from America.
Okay.
Only America had like done, and they weren't just doing oils; they were doing oils for like everybody. Whereas a lot of the companies that cater for like white people and people with straighter hair, they didn't really target coarse and curly hair. So like our products is for everybody, but their ones were too thin. But my beard is actually thick and tough. You know when Lil Wayne says Nigerian, tough. That's my type of beard. So like it stays hard. Like even as I condition it and use oils, it's still tough. It's still like it's not the softest. You get what I mean? And obviously, his ways I embrace how my beard is, but that's what kind of helped with creating a product and trying out different products through the years, making my own concoction with my business partner. And that's how we came around to making a business.
So saying that as well, bro, you look at the concoctions, because a lot of people like to know what's in the oils they're using. So what kind of ingredients do you use without giving away too much before somebody duplicates
it? All our oils are natural. All our products, the names and the stuff are on our products. So we follow all the guidelines and stuff like that. Our oils are completely natural, organic oils, not touched up.
So do you make it yourself?
No, we don't make it. So we have a formulator.
Okay.
So we go to them and they deal with it, but it's our ingredients.
All right.
It's our formula. It's a unique formula. You'll never find our formula anywhere else. Simple as that. It's not.
It's like the KFC. Not KFC. You never find KFC. Secret formula. Secret sauce that you never find this.
But like, you know what I mean?
Not even until I die, you won't find it. Take it to the grave.
Even if you see it on our products, the mixtures you won't know.
The quantities and whatnot like that.
But what I will say to you is like that's like helped with the nurturing of my beard. And it's helped with a lot of our community members. And it's also the smell. The smell is so beautiful. It's an Arabian smell, exclusive to us, and you won't get that smell anywhere else. So
exclusive,
it's like,
you get me?
So like it's those things where it's like, I'm happy with the product and so on. So I'm happy the impact it's had on people's lives. Even if you don't end up buying our product. It's more about you're now taking care of yourself. You're now, you know what I mean, take accountability. And that's all I'm concerned about. If you now are more concerned about the facial hair, your skin, how you feel inside, then my job's done. If you buy my product, that's a bonus. So, yeah.
Sick, man.
I think the
Definitely
smells are
putting
big.
a good message. Isn't it?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
I think the smell is a big thing as well because having
some of
a
them
beard,
are-
having a beard
yeah.
myself and yourself as well. Like having a beard that doesn't smell good is a problem.
Just
Do you know what I
one
mean?
use, that's it. You
Yeah, so I
don't
think
use it again,
because
innit?
you can put oils in your beard and it helps your beard, but it doesn't smell good.
Yeah.
It's like using a crap aftershave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like using because your beard should be your beard is like having an aftershave. Do you know what I mean? So if it doesn't smell good, it's a problem. And people who clock it don't smell good, they will tell you. Do you know what I mean?
Straight up,
like most like women are our biggest customers and of recent anyway, and women love the smell.
That's a good thing. And you have to understand.
If you want Goodman Factory, do it.
And that's
you want
the
all the ladies.
But yeah, it's true. Like I said, women as well. Like women love beards. Let's not get me wrong. They love beards, and they love. I love a beard that smells good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So.
Like smell was going to be a big thing for us. It had to smell very nice.
It's like an aftershave. Like I said it before.
It has to be
when you
10,
spray a
10,
nice
you get me?
aftershave, somebody look at that smells nice.
Trust me. Look at Tom Ford. I don't that black or cord or I don't know the name, but
the black bottle, the one. Yeah.
Forever. I'm probably going to take that to the grave with me. That's how consistent that smells.
No, it's true. It's true.
I know smell is very big for us, and as we grow, we want to definitely always have that smell because some of our customers, they don't play like they'll notice if we've changed
something.
Or we haven't put like
sick.
They
clock it.
They'll be like yo, you know, like loud pack, like
it's genuine. Like
this thing ain't as paying as the last one. Like what's going on? Like
and they will mess. They will leave reviews saying
we have a very high engaged following. Like they will literally get onto us and so on. So yeah.
Jeez.
So what's your plans for 2021? Because obviously if everything gets better and we come out of these tears and lockdown and stuff like that, what is your plans in terms of taking the business to the next level?
We're going to have a lot more products. There's been we've listened to our consumers, so we know what we need to bring out next for them. We've communicated with them, so we're now going to bring out a lot of stuff that they're going to experience that they wanted. So the business is just going to keep growing.
As you get more reviews and stuff like that.
It's going to keep growing. We're going to go double down on the content. Regardless of what happens, we're going to. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to find innovative ways to communicate with our community. So, yeah, we're just going to become bigger and better. There's a few plans we have that we're going to execute on. But, yeah, we're going to be in a much positive place. We do want to do more live shows. We do want to have a lot of live one-to-one type of experiences because obviously a lot of these things that men go through, they don't want a big crowd. So we're going to do tight-knit things where we have 10 to 15 people max, where everybody can at least get a time with someone to speak.
One-to-one,
So we're going to run a few courses.
A close-knit focus group.
Be out there for the men's community and have us performing at the best for our families. And provide for our families and just be the best brothers, husbands, and human beings in society. So
yeah. Sounds good, man.
I've seen you collaborate, like I said before, the live, you had the DJ and stuff like that. Is there any other industries you want to collaborate your business with? Would you collaborate more of the music industries?
I think I can't give you this is it. I think it'll be about more the good man's lifestyle. We'll be in places where our consumers will be.
Okay.
We know music is very big on our culture. We want to be involved in it. We know podcasting. We know it's going to be we're going to be on there. We know video original content is going to be there. We're going to be involved. So we're going to be in there anywhere our consumers, our community members focus on. You know what I mean? So that's what's going to happen. I can't say the next because honestly, you can't, right now as a business owner, you can't plan too far ahead because everything is just changing. Do you know what I mean? So we're just staying always ready. That's the advantage of having a smaller business is you can maneuver quickly. So yeah.
So bro, As you're my bro, so people don't know we've been brothers for a long time.
Yeah.
And obviously we follow each other on social media. And I saw something the other day. Sadiq Khan started following these man. Tell me a bit about that, bro. How did that come across? Is Sadiq Khan using Goodman Factory beard? Let us know. Does he want to grow a beard? Hey, Sadiq, what that then, man?
After this year, he might have to start growing his beard out as well, bro, because he's going to be cutting his hair, so it's all mad. You know what I mean? But
true.
yeah, he... Shout out to My Runway Group. Okay. They ran a event, a pop-up store in, I think is it Carnaby Street? I think one of those, it's central anyway. And they were supporting black-owned businesses. And they had our products in there. And then Mr. Sadiq Khan came in, picked up our products, checked it and everything. And he was supporting all the products and so on and so. And yeah, so that's how that came about. As soon as he hit us up, we sent him a message saying, thank you, He actually replied to us. We had a brief conversation. And yeah, it was kind of nice because I think more than anything, like,
the community is watching.
Yeah, like forgetting all the money and stuff like that. Just to share the fact that I have something that has supported our community, that will give people hope, that will help people out, that will serve the people, I think gives me a lot of joy. So, and that's made me very fulfilled in this thing now. So that's what keeps me going every morning, focus on it. It's not a day I don't think about Goodman Factory. So, yeah.
So before you went into business, did you work a 9 to 5, bro?
I personally haven't worked a 9 to 5 in about 6 years now.
6 years. But when you was working a 9 to 5, did you never really hold down that 9 to 5? Did you always think, this is not for me?
No, I think as soon as I finished uni, I was trying businesses and failing. I lost money. So I wouldn't do a 9 to 5. I'd probably do like door jobs because I'm tall and big. I'll just do some door jobs, cash in hand stuff. I'll do all of those little things to reinvest. I had to borrow money to start my businesses because I was starting from zero. And yeah, like those times I was signing on, like that's how real it got. You know what I mean? But yeah.
To get good. So yeah, saying that as well, because I think a lot of people don't know how to start businesses, and this is why I touched on the 9 to 5 aspect, because some people find it difficult even to make that transition.
Yeah, it's something I do. It's not that it's impossible as you get older, but because of the commitments, it makes it a harder decision to make. And
because you're sacrificing a lot.
I think what happened with me is I really made adjustment a while ago, and like because I had made adjustment, my spending is not that high. I have good use of my credit. I don't spend beyond my means. I don't shop like that. I had to sacrifice all those. I don't go out like that. And yeah, so, and I wouldn't say I'm the most like spendy person, even if like when the money comes in and so I know I'm not the type to now say, oh yeah, I'm gonna start buying that stuff. I'll probably reinvest most of it. So yeah, like I had to have those habits, and that made me a better businessman, like a sustainable businessman.
I think that's the problem with a lot of people as well, is making that jump and that sacrifice and making them adjustments earlier.
Yeah.
Because I think the later you do it, like you said, the harder it becomes, because you have commitments.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a family, you've got children, you might not want to make that commitment to then say, you know what, I'm going to start from zero, because you've got mouths to feed now.
Yeah.
So that's why I think if you think of something or plan, just do it.
Yeah, 100%.
If it goes wrong, like you said, you've had how many businesses have you done? It's failed. You've carried on going.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't stop.
Yeah, just take it on the chin, carry on.
That's saying as soon as you think something, just do it, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100%.
And this is a living testament showing today. Do you know what I mean? So that's the thing. It's a living testament showing today. So yeah, what does your family not think about the beer dome, and how have they supported you with the whole thing?
My family's been in support. They've always been in support of whatever I've done. My mum's a very supportive person. My dad was an entrepreneur, so my mum kind of knew
that you might do that as well.
That there's a big chance that I'm gonna go that route. Because my dad was an entrepreneur, so yeah, like that was it.
So it's about you get me owning your own business. You get me, bro.
Definitely. It's the way I feel like you could achieve some sense of financial stability. Obviously, you can lose. So, but it's like my thing is I've given my time to businesses for hourly rate and so on. So, and I feel like, why can't you do that for yourself? Get the same type of money, and more, and own it.
Yeah.
So eventually, 10 years from now, I probably will just be a stakeholder in this thing, and someone else will run the whole business for me and my family. So
it's mad because a lot of things in life is the same kind of thing. Like you just said it. Why can I not invest my money to my own business and own it?
Yeah.
Now let's look at housing for a big example. A lot of people will be paying a certain amount of rent to stay in somebody else's property.
Yeah.
Now, if you have the means of finance to do it, why not you use that same means of money and that rent you're paying to put it towards a mortgage and own it? Only problem is you have issues like credit and stuff like that.
Bad credit.
But
you can't.
if you have the means of finance there and you want to make that jump, then just do it. You've just said it then. You've had
you know what? Just to land on that whole thing, I don't want everyone to get misconstrued with property. When it comes to property, it's only really a business unless you're renting it out.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're renting it out, then obviously you're making
money back,
some income.
Yeah.
So now, what a lot of my friends are doing is the house that they're living in is not the house they own, but it's the nicest one.
The nicest one, yeah.
And the houses that they're buying are rental properties.
But that's
just investment properties. So I always say to people, it's not an investment if you're living in it. It's an investment when you don't live in it, and it's making you money.
Yeah.
It's like a shotter. You wouldn't use your own product that you're shotting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The same with house. You wouldn't stay in a house that you're planning to rent.
It gives you a form of wealth because obviously, but the house makes you no money. The only money it's making is capital appreciation.
It's covering.
But it's not giving you no monthly income. It's not giving you any working capital. So, like when it comes to like property, I always say to people, there's no problem with renting. It's just what money are you using to rent?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You could easily buy 2 houses. Well, I say easy.
In London, if you're talking about London,
focus on getting 2 houses and then using the rental income to pay for your, or even subsidizing it. So then, like, instead of the rent costing you £1,000 every month, it's only costing you £200.
Yeah,
because you use the rent from the first property to cover it.
You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense.
So you want to do something like that. So yeah, like it's not just about getting property; it's about building a portfolio. I think the housing market is now just geared to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think for the young generation as well, it's more geared to that now.
Because you can live in a nicer house. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think that's definitely a very good strategy. There's many strategies. You can live in a house, do what you want, ultimately, you know. Maybe people don't want to do it properly. It's headache.
No, it's a big... Yeah. That's why some people don't... Yeah, like I said, people don't want to go down the mortgage route or rent because it's a big headache. They're happy just to rent just for their own mental health and sanity, do you know what I mean? Just to keep that intact, which makes a lot of sense. But I think, like you said, because we're looking at a black-owned business today, primarily, we're looking at other ways where you could probably enhance for your whole community. And I think that's something that we might be lacking on because we're not investing in enough stuff that we can invest in.
Yeah, it's like I said, at the same time we say all of these things, the knowledge has to be there first. You can't just go into these things because I'm telling you now, if you haven't done the education, you're gonna get wiped out so quickly. This year has probably wiped out more businesses
than you think it has.
Like so many businesses done.
Gone in it, like
you know what I mean. So you have to have a know-how. So them businesses that got wiped out basically didn't have no internet social presence. Because even when I knew some shops, even when the pandemic happened, they were straight online. But because some businesses ain't even built that infrastructure to them, you know what I mean? They're F.
So that's the advantage, perks of having social media.
That's why I always say to people, we could all scream to people, oh yeah, you need to have your own business, you need to invest, blah, blah. No, you need to
big
educate
umbrella.
yourself. Educate yourself first. Learn the whys, the hows, the do's, the don'ts, all of those things before you think about these things. Because I'm telling you now, if you don't get it right, you're going to get wiped out. Participating won't make you money. Actually knowing how to make money is where's the money at. Like, maybe stocks and shares, but they're one in a lifetime moments. Like this year, you literally could have bought stocks in March and you'd be good now. You see what I mean? Because that was an all-time low. You buy it then and it goes on. You see what I mean? So, and that's one you don't get them often. That's not going to happen probably for another 10 years.
10 years, and people will think because that person done it this year, it might work again for next year, but it doesn't work. The blueprint doesn't work all the time.
No,
so that's where I think for a lot of people, you know what I mean, we need to make sure that we educate ourselves before we think about all of these things, seek knowledge, go to different sources. You know what I mean? Know it to the point where you know this is bullshit and this one's truth. Just keep educating yourself. Don't rush into these things. Don't feel pressured by anyone. You know what I mean? Do it because you want to do it and have the reasons why you want to do it, because that's what's going to keep you going. You know what I mean? Okay, now money won't. I'm telling you, get used to money very quickly.
No, it's true.
The money will come. You'll be like, you're turning over 40, 100. It just looks like numbers now. So you won't even be caught up in that. What then needs to be is the drive. Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? For me, it's for my family. Simple as that. That's motivation.
I think that should be the goal for a lot of people as well, because that will motivate you to do so much when you say it's for your family. It's not for the latest drip. Do you know what I mean? It's not for the latest drip. Like, some people will go there and invest in a business just to buy a bigger rollie. To be honest, it's not a problem. I'm not laughing like this, but that's not a problem. If that's your lane, that's your lane. I can't judge you. But I'm sure if you're investing in that rollie,
being smart,
but once you invest in that rollie, when you take a rollie out of the shop, it loses value.
Yeah, you know what everyone's buying rollies for different reasons, isn't it?
But not just rollie, there's bigger watch. I'm saying rollie as a, do you know what I mean?
Even just them things, like, everyone has their reasons. I feel like I ultimately say you could do whatever you want to do with your money. Don't even care.
It's your money,
watch any man's pocket.
It's true. I'm just making it as a mention because it's true. You can't really tell people how to spend the money because their money. But it's just an example, because family should be the ultimately end goal.
Yeah. Some people's families are rich.
But then if it's handed down, if it's handed down to you,
I know from my future kids, it's gonna be long for them.
Yeah, it's true.
Like they're gonna struggle to find the motivation that I had. Like, I was broke. That's a simple reason why it's a good reason to start a business. What is it when your dad's done it all for you?
But then you never know the financial side of things and how it is to get financially wealthy, because if it's been handed down to you,
If I told you entrepreneurship is fun, I'll be lying to you. A lot of it is bullshit.
But you've enjoyed the journey because you've learned stuff via the journey. Because like I said, if this is handed down to you, what you've learned.
You're going to do a lot of things you don't like.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing with business. You're going to do a lot of things you don't like. So, like, that's what I said. Like, all of those things ain't going to have a lot of appeal to someone who's already, their dad's done it. You see what I mean? So, obviously, my ultimate aim would be for them to just find something they enjoy and just do it. It doesn't matter about the money, because this is fulfilling. So, obviously, that's what I said. Their motivations are going to be completely different to how my motivation is. My one simply, I haven't, like, money's not everything, but it's one less thing to think about. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I think the money should be the bonus.
Yeah, like, bro, bills have to get paid.
Yeah, have to get paid. Bills have to get paid, and I think, like you said, money will turn around so quick. You want it to turn around to a point where it's like you can take the money out and it's not affecting your business.
100%.
If you're taking money out and it's affecting your business, you're doing it backwards.
You
know what I mean? And a lot of people, like I said, so many businesses have failed because they had to take money out that they didn't want to touch.
100%.
But it was such a bad time.
We didn't pay ourselves. We didn't pay ourselves for nothing. We wouldn't. Because we had to keep the money in the business. Now we're in a better place, but beginning of the whole thing, we just didn't know, like, suspend everything, like, because we didn't know that we would have the success we've had after the pandemic. Like, this pandemic has literally been the biggest blessing to our business.
I was going to say that. Now, a lot of people have seen a pandemic as a blessing. And like you just said, has the pandemic helped you immensely?
It's been amazing.
See? And if you had it as a store, it wouldn't have been.
It would have been a wrap for us. We would probably have to sell everything so cheap. We won't have enough
shop
and as well, we wouldn't have the social proof online we have. Like, just people interacting with your stuff and so on, so convinces someone else that this is a real thing. Because obviously with online, it's about social proofing. So you're social proofing your business if people interact with you, follow you, so that helped us for the internet, and it only grew. We only blossomed as time has gone on. So it's been probably the best time for the business, this pandemic. March to now has been amazing time for my business. We've built a strong online community. We sell 100% of our products through online. I think the first time we actually sold anything outside of online was that where Sadiq Khan
bought on the convention.
saw our product. But besides that, everything has been online. We've monthly making targets. We've grown. We've expanded. Like these are like amazing things that have come out of it. Unfortunate circumstances, but amazing things have come out of it. And I think ultimately it's come down to how our perspective has been and the grace of God. You know what I mean? The grace of God ultimately. But like our perspectives, we didn't panic. You know what I mean? We made short-term sacrifices for long-term success.
Yep.
So instead of taking monies this month, we've reinvested it in product and made sure we have product for the next 6 months. You know what I mean? So it's just making those type of investments and so on and so forth. Yeah, we just, you know what I mean? It's been amazing. It's been unfortunate. It's been hard because we want to do something like the live shows, all of that. Our community wants that, but we can't do those things because of the pandemic.
I guess this is a prime example of how the internet can be a useful tool.
And that's what I was actually going to argue. You know that point that you were saying earlier? Like,
no, because if
it's an amazing time to be alive.
If people have watched a lot of the podcasts we've done prior to this, I've had a lot of... Obviously, I'm an internet person myself. I DJ. I'm a brand myself, so I have to use the internet. But I just look at what it does to people's mental health aspect because of my background and my work background and stuff like that. But during this climate,
the good side
the
of
internet is being powerful.
100%.
Powerful to a point where I've seen people prevail. They will never prevail like that if it wasn't for the pandemic and the internet.
100%.
Which this, like I said, what you're talking about now is a prime example. Now, for example, we had no pandemic now. Would you think you would have sold and done as much as you're doing now?
No, because the way people pay attention to their phones now is insane.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And attention is the new commodity. You know what I mean? It's the biggest commodity right now over anything. Attention. If you got people's attention and you could sell them stuff, that's why Jeff Bezos is number one.
He's killing it. Yeah, he's killing it.
I'm trying to be at least number one in the next 10 years. That's the type of I need to live in people's minds rent free.
Like, and it just mention you every conversation they're having.
I want everyone to talk about or be aware of Goodman Factory. And that's the biggest goal that we've had, you know what I mean? We've built the brand and we're building even more. Like next year, there's so much more we're going to do that will have bigger impact on the internet. The internet will work for us. Our community will push it out. It will help and serve people. This is the content that I'm going to be doing next year that will 10x us and get us to the next level. You know what I mean? So it just keep growing and kind of leveraging the internet. The internet gives you an abundance of leverage that like all traditional media has never done.
Because
everyone had to have a TV for you to consume. Now we have multiple devices where you can consume Goodman Factory now. I've just named you 5 platforms earlier in the conversation where you can consume us, but there's even more.
Like, 'cause if there wasn't internet before, you had to maybe stand up, done a business proposal, go to something like Princess Trust,
go to events,
for like funding.
We haven't even done a pop-up.
See?
We haven't done a pop-up.
See, that's
and
what
even the pop-up we did, when you look at the effect, I've got 1-minute videos that has made more of an impact
and more
for
views
our business.
Than,
Forget about views, just impact now. We'll judge it on how many people know. How many people, people went to that shop, don't get it twisted, but nowhere near the numbers that would match what a video online could do. Like the attention is online now.
It's true. And it's mad. It's a growing age. And I think people have to now tap into that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know, like you said, a lot of people do businesses and take it back. A lot of the businesses that have gone during this pandemic, they didn't know how to tap into the internet world.
100%.
And like you said it before, this is a growing age that you need to know how to tap into. Because all content, all attention, everybody 24/7, phone, iPad, TV, everything's on the internet.
As a business, you definitely need an online presence.
For example, even people now, they will cancel their Sky subscription because they can just view all the content on YouTube.
Facts.
True.
Via the internet.
Facts.
So it's like, it's crazy now. And it's mad to think that as well, because I like that because it's allowing people to have more opportunities to make businesses. because you're skipping so many angles that you might find it difficult to do. Like I said before, some people might not find it easy to speak up in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
But you can still convey that same information over a clip on the internet.
The barriers to entry now are so low. Like, to a point, it's just find your niche and target it.
Target it, yeah.
You man do DJing, that's a niche.
Niche, it's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
I do beard products, that's a niche.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just those things, like, people are so engaged, and the internet is the only place now, I believe, where everybody can be good financially. Everybody can make a living on the internet. One way or the other, everybody can be rich.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
Like, that's what I'm saying.
So
definitely,
I feel like what a time to be alive, because on one hand we've got the pandemic, but then there's this growing community that I have that's growing, and it's like both of these things have come at the same time.
Yep.
But what I've done personally is just focus my energy on the blessing that I've been given, as opposed to panicking and being in fear about what I don't know is going to exist later on in life. So I've just focused my energy on the things I'm creating and serving people. And that's the ultimate thing. That's what motivates me every day.
I guess that's the rewarding thing. I think the rewarding thing of everything is seeing a smile on people's faces. Like, I'm more of a giver than a receiver.
Yeah.
So even when it comes to Christmas, I prefer to give than receive. Because I get more joy from just seeing people happy than me being, look what I've got, and start showing off. I don't really care about that. And you've said it as well there as well. Like, you're more, the rewarding part of your business is seeing people happy and making them just become better people.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? And many people don't want to do that today.
Yeah.
They rather see you be a worse off person than a better person. And this is why communities just break down. Malik, thank you for coming on today.
Unspoken Gem podcast. It's different, innit? You get me? So, yeah, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on, bro. Thank you very much. You dropped a lot of gems for them today. And obviously, people that are trying to get into business, and if you want to know anything about business, just maybe shout out Goodman Factory. Check them out.
Also follow me at Malik Beard. Follow the business Goodman Factory. Our website is goodmanfactory.com. Write Goodman Factory on any platform we're there. And if we're not, make sure you let us know so we could jump on that platform as well.
Or is it the first?